All right, all right, all right. What's up, my mathletes? That's right, Mr. Muscarella coming at you. And in this video, we are going to take a look at solving trig equations with infinite solutions. That's right. So here we go. And one of the reasons when you'll see that, I'll say find all solutions. Because very often you'll see direction, I'll say, find solutions in either 0 to 360 or maybe 0 to 2 pi. So those could be the intervals that you're looking in. But if it says find all solutions, that means it wants everything, any possible solution whatsoever. So when you take a look at these, you'll solve this like you normally would any equation. You want to get cosine by itself and then figure out what theta is. So the first step here is move the 5 over, and that of course will give you 2 cosine theta equals 1. And then cosine of theta, when you divide both sides by 2, will give you 1/2. Now, that is nice because it is right on the unit circle. So you want to think to yourself, okay, self, where on the unit circle is that? So cosine is positive, and it is 1/2 up here at 60 degrees, and then down here again at 300 degrees, or pi over 3 and 5 pi's over 3. So those are the two different areas where they are. Now, if I was at 60 degrees and I wanted to come all the way back around to where that is, I would have to add 360 degrees or 2 pi, as the case might be. So when I have a situation like this, I'll just simply take my angle, that first angle that I write, and I'll write, okay, theta is going to be 60 plus 360, and then the n, and then n is an element of z. So that any z means that n is an element of the set of integers, right? You may have seen that before in your other math classes. Now, if I were to write that same thing in radians, then you might see it as pi over 3 plus, and again, this is where you might have two different options for it. Some people will use a variable n, some will use a k, but you just simply put 2n and then a pi. And then that same thing again, NEZ. So that takes care of that first spot of 60 degrees. Now I have another area where we could have a solution here, and that was at 300. So again, if I was at 300 and I wanted to go all the way around to get there and have a coterminal angle with that, I'd have to add 360. So that same thing again is going to be theta is going to start with 300 degrees plus 360n, and n is an element of this set of integers. And in radians, that would be 5 pi's over 3 plus 2 n pi. And again, you have to make sure you add that NEZ in there because you're telling the person that's reading your paper, like, hey, this letter n represents some number that is part of the set of integers. All right, so that's it. All you got to do is look at the unit circle, boom, shakalaka, and you done. So that's how you solve equations where you have infinite solutions on the unit circle. And this is example 1. So be sure you come out back and check examples 2 and 3. I'll catch you later. Peace out, Cub Scout.